Chasing purpose is a journey of self-love, self-development, healing, and spirituality. Welcome to Chasing Purpose, Bridge Nation. How are you? My name is Cynthia Shea Clark, and you are a legend. I am a legend. We all are legends. And as you know, Chasing Purpose is guided by pillars such as nurturing faith, setting intentions, pursuing aspirations, all while living boldly. What we do here on Chasing Purpose, on the bridge really, and Irie Jam Radio and all things CGN, we aim to uplift, we aim to enhance, we aim to empower our people wherever they are. We aim to showcase and highlight our culture in the most positive way on a global scale. So thank you for being a part of this journey. We're going to jump right into our mindset message. I'm going to take a quick swig of water, cut him out dry as per usual. So our mindset message for this Monday morning is this: wake your sleeping giant. Now, when my trusty producer sent me the script and the topic, I was like, yeah, this is brilliant. This is right along the lines of what we're trying to do here, right? We're trying to remove limiting beliefs. We're trying to just kind of relearn some things that we were probably taught by our role models and our parents, so on, who would have reared us. We are trying to move away from the ideals that society has placed on us. We want to know, we're trying to celebrate the greatness within. We all have a greatness within. And when she said we're doing a show around waking our sleeping giant, and we're going to have Julie Mango on, who everybody is supposed to know. If you don't know, you're under a rock. She is a brilliant talent, actress, and songwriter, singer from right here in Jamaica. She's going to be on the show a little later, talking about waking your sleeping giant. What a brilliant talent she is. And when we're going over the script this morning, I got a WhatsApp message from my big brother up in New York, Louis Grant, and I just want to, Marlon, I'll come into you in 2 minutes, darling. I wanna play, and Marlon, I want your take on this also. I want to play this message that Louis sent to me, and I thought, wow, it's so in line with waking your sleeping giant, and it gave me chills. Even as I'm speaking to you guys about it right now, I was so filled with emotion, because we need more of this. Jamaica, we need more of this. So take a listen.
Got to start being a little salad, you, and turn with the ball. Yo, look for me when I talk to you, brother. You know what? See I turn back no more ball. You're a warrior inside of you. You're the heart of a lion inside of you. Wake up and fight. You're the smartest man for the field. Use your head. You're king with the ball. Come on, man. Our leader give a hand for you. And the leader, because of your mistake, step on the bench. It's a win-win. You have to lead now. You have to lead now. Look in the behind when I talk to you. You have to lead now. You have to fight now. Time for listening to them because he and over there is over. The color of your skin don't matter. It's the color of your heart. You go fight them and show who you are. At no time at all, we need to be giving up and panicking and turning back the ball. Portion. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Controversy simple.
Wow. I've played that video at least, I got it maybe 9:30. I've played it at least 15 to 20 times. If you listened, you could hear how, and if you watched also, you can see he was so emotional. He was so overcome saying to your boys, you guys are leaders. You are the champions. You have this, what you have inside of you. Wake up. Don't pay attention to what the other team is saying. Forget about what they're doing. Don't block out the distractions. You have what you need inside of you. Wake up. You are the leader. Today we're talking about waking. Wake your sleeping giant, or waking your sleeping giant. If that's something that you have to do right now, we're being active about it. We're waking our sleeping giants today. I think we had Kitty on the show some time ago, and she was saying a lot of people are just on autopilot. There's so much more that we need to be doing. There's so much more that we should be doing. So how are you waking your sleeping giant? Or who is assisting you? Because we're talking about the champions around, those persons that are around us that are championing for us, that are our cheerleaders, that are our support systems. I can tell you from a young age, I want to say maybe from 8 or 9, I stand to be corrected. There were 2 females that were placed in my life. My mother placed my sister and I in the neighborhood community church's choir. It was a school church, and that I attended, and she placed us in the choir. And of course I'm just like, why are we going to choir practice? I don't want to sing in the choir, because you just rebel against anything your parents want you to do. But we went. Not only did we go, these women would come and pick us up. I grew up in Queens, Rosehill to be exact, and these girls, they were white girls. They were, and now I'm calling them as girls. They were in high school, maybe college at the time. But they would pick up these 2 little black girls and take us to the school to sing, to choir practice every Wednesday. I think it was Thursday. Without a doubt, they would come into my community, pick me and my sister up, and take us to the church and help us to sing, to perform. And I remember Lori and Beth, Dan was their last name, the Dam sisters. They would constantly motivate and say nice and kind things to me. Not that I didn't know what that was, because my parents would do the same in a more forceful way, if you know Caribbean parentage. But they would say, no, Cynthia, you can do it. Do it this way. Maybe do it this way. You got it. You're amazing. You're awesome. And I never had that outside of my family home. When that happened to me, and they constantly did it, and I was like, why are they telling me these things? Not realizing that they were a part of waking my sleeping giant. So I ask you this: who is your sleeping? Who's helping you wake your sleeping giant? Who are those persons? Who are the champions in your life? Before we go to a quick commercial break, I do want to talk about this. I'm very excited for this. The Bridge 99 FM Irie Jam Radio, in collaboration with PRETC, presents Make a Child Smile this Christmas. This Christmas, the Bridge 99 and our partners, we are partnering with the Maxfield Park Children's Home in Kingston this year to put on a Christmas tree called Make a Child Smile. So I'm pleading with you guys here in Jamaica, my Bridge Nation family, to donate one unwrapped, it could be a toy, it could be clothing, books, anything you want, to our toy drive as we make a child smile this Christmas. For more information, just give us a call, 876-669-5000, 876-669-5000. Again, let's all spread festive love and joy. It is the season, and we want to make a child smile this Christmas. We're partnering with Maxfield Park Children's Home to give them a special treat this year. So if you can, within your heart, as you go out to buy your Christmas gifts and stuff for your family, help us deck their tree. Again, just give us a call at 876-669-5000, 876-669-5000. So we're talking about waking our sleeping giant, or championing for others, not just for ourselves, and celebrating those who are right now pouring into us, who are motivating us, who are inspiring us. And we're heading into our Soulful Pursuit Pursuits. And, this is where we speak with a guest about what they're pursuing and what their aims and goals are and how they can pour into our listeners here. Remember, we are always sowing a seed or planting a seed where others can learn from. And as I talk about soulful pursuits and waking a sleeping giant, our guests today I am super excited about, and I'm already grinning from ear to ear because I was just looking over her IG this weekend, and she's absolutely phenomenal with what she does, and she's going to talk to us about that. So joining us virtually is the multi-talented and vivacious Juliet Bodley, aka Julie Mango, actress, singer, songwriter, and mental health advocate. Welcome to Chasing Purpose, Juliet. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have you on the show. Oh my God, bare excitement. All right, so Julie, today, may I call you Julie?
Yeah.
Because in my head we're best friends. We're best friends already in my head we're best friends. So hey bestie, so let's talk. We're talking about waking our sleeping giant. That's the topic for today's show. As you and I believe that on life's journey, life would have given us cues on what we would have been or what our purpose is. So let's start there. Growing up, can you identify times where you thought, you know what, I'm going to be an actor. This is what I want to do, or an actress, or a singer, or a songwriter, or I'm going to be a public figure, influencer. Do you have any instances in life that you can share with us?
Well, remember when I was a child, there wasn't any internet, so
yeah,
the whole
social
media influencer thing would have been out the door. But I knew that I wanted to be an actress from I was like 9 years old, and I remember saying it to my mom when I was 12 years old that I want to become an actress. So I literally knew from childhood that I wanted to be in this space and I wanted to do something in entertainment or something on the stage or something with lots of characters.
When you told your mom, what did she say?
Hey, she said, no bother with that because you might meet an accident and can't act the part. That's not good. That was her response, but you know what? Because I'm coming from an era where if you're not lawyer, doctor, engineer,
yes.
Judge, then you're not cutting no dash.
Yes.
So that was basically the whole reasoning behind her response.
That way. And trust me, I know growing up in a Caribbean household, that was it. You either lawyer or doctor or nothing at all. Were you always jovial growing up?
Yeah, because my dad is also very jovial. You see, all of this personality right here.
Yes.
It's from my dad and my uncle, just bubbly, storytelling, active. And my grandmother is like that also.
Yes, because
I remember, yes, my grandmother, she's 98 next year.
God
I remember
bless
when
her.
I attended her 95th birthday, she gave us so many stories about how she used to beat our 4 sons and our 2 daughters them.
Wow,
Yes.
wow. And as you talk about grandmothers, right? We're talking about a grandmother, someone that would be pouring into you and pouring into you and waking somebody I believe would have woken my sleeping giant for sure. What part did your grandmother play in rearing you?
You know what? Discipline and
Yes.
how to, like, the little bush remedies and the little talks, because both my grandparents, the little talks, like the extreme country patois that sometimes you hear in my skits that
Yes.
sometimes some people can't make out. If you're not from country or if you're not Jamaican, you can hardly make it out. They really enriched me in just Jamaican culture and just the little sayings and how to really cook coal stove. And my grandmother on my father's side, she actually taught me how to catch and kill and gut a chicken and cook it. So it's from scratch. When I say from scratch, me mean in scratch.
All right, so you're gonna have to, when you
scratch.
come back to Jamaica, you have to come and teach me whole for that. We can't go country and you'll teach me.
Mrs. Me not do them things that me wear nails now.
You've spoken about seeking external validation from an early age into adulthood. Tell us more about that.
that external validation thing, it's a lack of being taught self-love, you know. And it's generational, because we don't really talk about love, and we don't really talk about self-acceptance, and we don't really talk about mental health. And so there was kind of a void, and there are so many things that was happening in my childhood and in my teenage years that I would seek self-validation from men. I would seek self-validation from people, from things, whatever the case may be, except myself and except from Christ, where I actually should be seeking it from.
Would you say that this the lack of self-love, because I understand what you're saying, what you're coming from, again, being raised in a Caribbean household, we just didn't speak about it, and dare I even say in my house we didn't openly show that type of affection. Do you think that those experiences began to dim your light of greatness? Do you think?
Dim my light of greatness? That question. So this, I would say yes and no, because not talking about mental health, it causes you to not understand who you are. And because I didn't understand who I was, I did a career in engineering, and I don't have no regrets in doing that, because engineering has taught me a lot, and a lot of the discipline I put in social media now is from what I had to employ in engineering. But I spent almost 20 years of my life in a career that I didn't like, because I thought that that's what made me a person. I thought that when I told people I'm an engineer, them say, you're bright, then you're a genius, and that's what I used to validate myself as a person on this earth, to feel worthwhile or to feel worthy. And so not having good mental health can cause you to choose the wrong career path, or cause you to choose the wrong partner, or cause you to just make some bad decisions that can cause you to lose decades of your life. And so I feel like not talking about it from an early age can actually lead someone down the wrong path, and cause them to waste years.
You've been pretty open about mental illness and your diagnosis of borderline personality disorder. Tell us about this.
So, I don't know why God chose me to be open and be mental health advocate, because I me always attack my business. Most sides still. But yeah, and true, I swear God, yeah. I did my first self-mutilation when I was 8 years old, right? But I didn't know what was going on. And mommy and daddy, them clueless bad. Like, they're not gonna know that. And trust me, can't blame them, because it's as I said, we're coming from an era where certain things we don't really we don't understand, and there isn't much knowledge and openness. So I went through high school cutting myself, not loving myself, talking about suicide, and just having suicidal ideation from I reached first form all the way up to high school.
Wow.
Now, when I was 21 years old, I was officially diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, but I shunned that diagnosis, because I'm saying, no, I can't be mentally ill. I am cute. I study to be engineer. Me nice. My belly flat. Them time there. I'm an upstanding female in society. We come up, when them say you come off a good table, you come down from good generation. Yeah. So I'm saying this is embarrassing, and I'm causing an embarrassment to people who I know, causing embarrassment to my family, because remember, we don't talk about this, you know. And then causing an embarrassment to society and to myself. So because of the embarrassment and the stigma associated with it, I never really got help when I was in Jamaica. I was doing therapy, but it wasn't really helping, because the stigma was so heavy and thick that I couldn't focus on the therapy, because I'm busy trying to hide the issue. There's so much more to unravel. But fast forward to when I was 36, I migrated to the USA. And there isn't a stigma where I am here in Missouri with regards to mental health. I was using the same therapist from Jamaica. And I started to heal when I was like 38. I'm 41 now, and it's just 38 when I actually started to heal, 38, 39. And the reason why the therapy and the healing started is because the stigma did kind of lift off, and the environment was conducive to being open about mental health. And so, that's why I advocate for it now. I advocate to talk about it, because when you can talk about it, when you don't feel shame, I mean, I want to answer a question you're too long. I mean, know you have more questions.
There's so much to unpack there. So you felt you had to leave Jamaica, or life would have had you leave Jamaica to go to Missouri, and that is where you felt your healing journey really was activated, and where you felt like, all right, now because the stigma isn't there, I'm able to speak and I'm able to share.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that there was no stigma. It just happened. I remember it just happened, and then is in the healing, I realized, hey, it's because the environment is different. It's because we talk about it. I remember I'm in Missouri, so I don't want to get into that kind of conversation, but that Missouri is predominantly whatever.
Yeah.
When I don't see much me.
Yes, you. Okay. Yep. A lot of brown people there.
So this is an environment where we talk about it, and when it's like when you get good news and you want to tell it.
Yeah.
So when I realized that it's the stigma, then I couldn't hold my mouth, and that's why I became a mental health advocate, and I talk about it loud. Say, hey guys, me find out something. Look here. We have to get rid of this stigma so that we can help more persons in Jamaica and the Caribbean and in the Black community.
And let me ask you, do you think, you come back to Jamaica often, do you think we're going to get to where you are right now, as far as America is, as far as there's no stigma really, they're able to share, you're able to be free about your whatever your mental illness or wellness is? Do you think Jamaica can get there?
Yeah, man. Jamaica can. It's just going to take a few decades of very hard work.
Yeah.
My generation may not even live to see it, and that is what that's what doing things is all about. That's what blessing this world is all about. Sometimes you work hard at something and your generation don't even get to see the fruits of your labor. That's absolutely perfect.
And I call that legacy work.
The people who fought for abolition of slavery, their generation did not live to see us now being able to get equal opportunities and jobs equal. You know what I mean? So definitely Jamaica will get there. I'm extremely hopeful. I know that the government who is in power now, they have several mental health awareness programs in schools. So it's just sowing the little seeds.
Yes.
Once you sow the seed, it will grow. So yes, I definitely think Jamaica will reach there. Absolutely.
Once you sow the seed, it will grow. That was a gem, guys. Once you sow the seed, and again, so Julie is saying, and in every video that you put out, Julie, you're reaching someone that needs some sort of help, that inspiration, that motivation. I can't tell you in how many times I've been down or just not wanting to do whatever, open the phone and my timeline is you in one of your skits, and I'm just like, no man, this girl like got along with herself. She's absolutely brilliant, and someone that is open about her mental illness, and she can still push and move forward and do this. So really kudos to you, and thank you for even sharing, because there was a lot of people that are afraid to share. They're afraid to share. Yeah, man. What was the turning point in your life that caused you to your inner giant to awaken, do you think?
In a giant, try some fat murder. Me never put on little weight still show me come foreign. But wow, you never have to do me so a joke. Boy, awaken the inner giant. You know that it wasn't really on purpose though, and it wasn't really my doing. I think it was just time, and I think it was just God that quickened his move. And when he quickens his move, that's just it's just a move. But I remember the night when I realized I was no longer suicidal, and I was sitting on my couch, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. But I don't want people to think that I just saw it happen. I was doing the work. I was doing the therapy, and there were days when I felt I was going backward, and there was turmoil, and there was darkness and all sorts of something. But it hit me like a ton of bricks, where I realized I was just no longer suicidal. And from there, I started to live my truth. And by God's grace, I just started to keep pushing. It's not easy. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
It's not and even
work.
now, because once you get rid of one thing, you have other things that you have to deal with, because
Oh,
now
yes.
I have to deal with imposter syndrome.
Yes.
All these people telling me
Okay.
that these videos are so great or whatever. I don't think I deserve any of these praises or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I should be living this life. I literally don't think I should be getting all of this praise.
No,
That's
you
the truth.
absolutely should.
So I have imposter syndrome, I have anxiety. So there are other things, but as you live, you grow.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
you know, once you put in the work, success will meet you. You don't have to run down success. Just put in the work. And
Another
it will meet
gem, another gem. Once you put in the work, success will meet you. And Julie, you are clearly putting in the work. Was there a one person or persons in your life that you believe were championing for you?
Is persons, you know, and
Yeah.
let me tell you something. Separate and apart from my family, because it goes without saying.
Yes, yes.
But I want to make mention of my friends from high school and my friend Nadine, Carl, Diane, Sherdy. There are so many, but Jermaine. But my friends from high school, my longtime friends who know me as Juliet and not Julie Mango, they are the people who have been with me from I used to cut myself in high school. Wow. Casey and Webley, they've been with me from I used to cut myself. When people used to call me freak and stuff, those are the people who would stand beside me and not afraid to be around me and defend me from I was at 12 years old, from high school days up to this day. They are still by my side, you know, pushing for me and rooting for me. So it's really those people who literally campaign for me 20 odd years now, almost 30 years.
And that's your tribe. Those are the persons that would have held you accountable, that supported you. And even when they saw you doing foolishness, they said, no, Juliet, none about it with that. Let's go this way.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you to those persons for sure. Now that you've done the work and you're continuing to do this work, because this work is not a work that you start and you stop. It's constant work, working on yourself. But now that you're doing the work and have become intentionally self-aware, who would you say Juliet Bodley is now?
Rock steady. What a deep question. You lit me for six to the one there. Who is, you know, hey. Juliet Bodley is a person who is just discovering herself, facing her battles as best as possible with the help of God, and wanting to explore life. I was making a joke with, and Melissa too. Melissa's another one of my friends. Melissa Levy.
Hey, Melissa.
She was my roommate at UTech. I was saying to her the other day that we are both 40. I mean, I like which part me they come, I want some more money. And she said, yeah, me too, girl. Yeah, me know me have, because she owns a pharmacy in Bermuda.
Okay.
And she said she want more things. And me say, yeah, and I said to her, I'm just getting started because me used to want to dead. And she bust out a laugh. And she said, Julie, you know, so you always have me laugh. Oh, you must say you used to want to dead. And I said, girl, you know how it go. Yeah. So I'm a person right now, Juliet Bodley now is no longer trying to figure out how to dead. She's trying to figure out how to live and to explore this life. I want to move to the next level, see what God has in store for me. Sometimes when I pray, I hear ministry. I hear go in film. Definitely moving from the Instagram and social media space. This was a footing for me. So I'm just waiting to see and just exploring and just pushing and to see what God has in store for me. So that's it. Juliet Bodley is somebody who is exploring life and seeing what life has to offer and seeing what her purpose is all about.
Wow. Somebody that wanted to die is now seemingly wanting to live and wants so much more. Somebody somewhere was just blessed. Somebody somewhere who may be having these ideation is now listening to the show and saying, no man, if Julie Mango can't do it, I can. Julie, did you ever think that you'd be making such a big impact on lives today?
Never, ever, ever. Me did think that me never even think I was going to live to see 40.
Wow.
Never, ever, ever, ever. I thought I was going to be living in darkness.
Wow. What would you say that your authenticity is linked to?
What is who? You know, I think it's my dad. Because and I think it's just how my family stay. Even, and I know you know my sister too. My sister, our personalities are similar in some regards. Except Judith is extremely confident, but me, You have to beat the confidence in me. You have to beat me to get little confidence.
And we love Judith around here. But no, and you know that obviously that does not come out in your videos. Nobody could ever tell me that you are not confident.
Yeah, that's so. I think my authenticity comes from no longer being ashamed and just being me, and also the fact that my self validation. No, even with a little struggle, because it's still hard, my self validation comes from me, and by virtue of the fact that it comes from Christ. And let me tell you, it's not easy. But I think that's where and then my family, my grandma, especially Grandma Bodley, she is just rooted and grounded in Christ, and she makes it so authentic.
Yeah,
you know. So I think that's where my authenticity comes from. I'm not ashamed, and my self-validation comes from within. It comes from Christ, and I'm just and also I don't judge other people. You know, so if somebody is doing something that's different from me, I don't have a thing to say about them. I don't have nothing to say about not a soul. And I think that's where I'm just here to spread love, to just do my thing. However I can help somebody, and if I need help, the squeaky wheel gets the oil, so I ask for help. I just be who I am.
Yes, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. Julie, do you think comedy is a part of your ministry?
I guess so. I think so. I guess so. Yeah, because let me tell you, the DMs that I get, sometimes I'm like, Lord, you're not real. You can't. No, this not funny, because people will be telling me how I'm helping them through depression.
Yeah.
People would tell me them life stories. Some of the things them serious. Some of the things that me have to laugh. Like this day, she messaged me and say, Julie, may have surgery tomorrow. Please, I don't have the discipline to stay away from your page. So please block me tomorrow so that me not laugh and bust up the stitches them. Block me for about 3 days. Please, may I beg you. And I had to laugh. I'm like, so, you know, I think, yes, comedy is a part of my ministry. I think the fact that I'm Christian, it resonates with some people. And I guess the whole part of it doesn't come off, you know, a lot, because Christians get a bad rap these days. Poor we, Lord have mercy. But, you know, I guess because it doesn't come off too abrasive and stuff like that. And, you know, so, yeah, I think it is a part of my ministry.
When... You have so much different characters. How do you come up with the characters? Where do they come from?
All right, I'm gonna tell you, the male characters, you see when Daddy is in action. Okay. Daddy,
Mr. Bodley,
Uncle Tarbon, right? Them started. Then no, when my parents got divorced and me and my mom moved to Mandeville, she used to own a restaurant and bar. You know, it's a bar.
Yes.
Enough retired
Characters. Yes.
So me, as a little girl now, when me used to come home from high school and me go to the bar, because I used to stay at the restaurant and before she lock up shop and we go home. So me with my little book in my hand, sit down and take seat. And I am a people watcher. I watch idiosyncrasies, and that's why I can imitate people, because I watch down to the eyelash would drop off of your eye. And me used to watch them talk about when me used to there in the force, you know. And yeah, and we have to, I want to tell you something, is it? I am cleaning out them teeth and this, that, all the little nuances I used to watch and pick up, and it was fascinating. Some of them would come in their uniforms, some of them would come in their plain clothes, and they talk their business and whatever, and they drink them red stripe. Of course, I wasn't allowed to drink. Mom with a class, you know. Start out my business. So the male characters are from the older men who used to come to the bar, my dad and my uncle, and then the female characters is a mixture between my 2 grandmas, my mom and my sister, and my helper Marva with the walk. There's a walk that I do that people will talk about. It is from my helper Marva. She have a very big toe, and we used to go and count cars in the evenings until mommy and daddy them come home.
I would have loved to have been just a fly on the wall in your childhood, because it just looked like those stories, the characters, like so much fun. Let me ask you, are there any days, which we all suffer with, what do you do the days that you just don't wanna you can't bother anymore, where the mental wellness is not where it needs to be. What does Julie Mango do to keep going?
Me just lock off though, lock off. So there's some, all right. So, and this is what engineering helps me to that discipline factor. And my dad, he's also a very strict disciplinarian.
Okay.
And I come from an era where if you have work to do, you get up and work. And so even though this is comedy, let me tell you something. I left my 9 to 5, my good engineering 9 to 5 with pension and health insurance and something. Me left me good health insurance. I have to talk about the health insurance because it hurt me. After time I want a health insurance, I'm going to say it hit me like a ton of bricks. But anyhow, believe me, good 9 to 5, November 27, 2021, last year.
Oh, wow.
And I'm telling you, now that I'm working for myself, I never worked so hard in my life. I work 24/8.
Wow. 24/8.
And what gets me is just the discipline. I used to be a cadet as well. I was in the Jamaica Combined Cadet Force. So it's just that innate discipline. If you have work to do, you get up and work. That's just life. Everybody has to work. Nobody has easy. Even the millionaires, even the people who have passive income, their work is mental. And so just the discipline to get up and work. So that discipline helps me and it pushes me. But on the days when the discipline don't work and the stress take me, I just have to lock off and just don't post. Sometimes 3-4 days pass and I don't even touch Instagram. People may not realize because I just, I don't touch Instagram. I talk to my friends. I go out. I take a break. I pray about it because trust me, there are times when, like with everybody, you don't feel like doing it and you're just tired and stressed out. I take a break.
A break. So I mean, it's very, very important taking a break, especially from social media, because so much different things are coming at you. You sometimes you can't filter everything out, and I can't imagine what your DMs and your inbox looks like. Oh my, or responding to all the comments that you get. Julie. Looking back, where you are right now, looking back from going through the depression, the suicide ideation, even actually attempting, seeking validation, all the mental illness, to where you are today, what has been the biggest lesson learned?
Time wasted cannot be regained.
Time wasted, Gem. Time wasted cannot be regained.
That's the biggest lesson learned, and it's the most painful one because, and I'm gonna be very transparent. So what the battle that I'm facing now is not having any regrets because I regret the 20 odd years. I regret the 30 odd years I spent wanting to kill myself. I regret not being knowledgeable about the things I should have been knowledgeable when I was in my 20s. I regret not learning how to manage myself, not to learn how to deal with conflict. The little things that you're supposed to learn in your 20s, I didn't get them. The things I was supposed to learn in my 30s, I didn't get them. Financial wisdom, choosing the right partner, getting married to the right person. Knowing how to realize when a man loves you from when he does not love you. There were several men who really loved me and I ignored them because them never did behave like the ragamuffin one them where they treat me bad, and I thought that the worse you treated me, the better, the more you loved me. And so I regretted not having knowledge, not being more solid in my faith. And this is why, right? This is why I'm advocating also for mental health so that other people don't make the same mistake as me. Persons who are teenagers who are 15, 16, 17 now, don't waste their time going down the wrong path and, get the mental health that they need right now, get the help they need right now so that when they bust 20, them solid as a rock. That for me, the biggest lesson learned is that time wasted, you can't regain it. And to extend that into something more positive, because that sounds, deadly. To extend that into something more positive is, always take the time to make the right decisions. Don't rush into anything. Make the right decisions. Believe in yourself. And even if you don't get it right, there's still time for you to get it right, because that's basically what I'm doing now.
Yes.
Right? So take the time to make the right decision. And even if you don't get it right, you always have the time. Life will give you a second chance. to
Oh
get it
yes.
right.
Oh yes. God will give you
Yes.
the second chance that you need. And dare I say, you are right where you're supposed to be, right? That
Yes.
regret that you are feeling right now. I'm not gonna say don't feel it, because that's just innate. That's what you're doing. You're feeling. Working through that regret, but you had to go through what you had to go through in order to be where you are today. If that makes sense. You had to go through.
Yeah.
We all have to go through whatever that cross is that we have to bear, whatever that issue is, whatever the burden are. We have to go through whatever God puts before us, because trust you me, and see Juliet Bodley there, Miss Julie Mango, she can tell you, he led her to it, and he is leading her through it. So no matter what,
Yeah.
no matter what or where you are right now, I don't want you to regret anything, because when you look back at it, there is a reason that God placed you there.
Yeah. And I want to add to, like, and so my thing is mental health, but everybody is living with something that they wish they hadn't done,
Yes.
or having a certain regret.
Yes.
And my advice for that, my strong advice is to process that regret. Don't sweep it under the carpet. Don't be ashamed of it. Process it, talk about it, because that's the only way you're going to grow and get past it and get which part you're supposed to go. Yeah.
Process the regret. You
Yeah.
know, my team, they're slow to the draw, because I was a gem. Process the regret. Process it. Work through it. Don't wait and let it fester. Julia, I was watching a video where a guy was talking about depression, and he said that he, was battling it, and he said that he suppressed a lot of things that he had went through. He didn't talk about it. He suppressed it, right? And in suppressing it, it turned into depression. So it's important that we speak and work through and heal and process. And it's going to look different for everybody. And I'm sure for you, how you're handling, and like you said, it took you to have to move to America and to really heal in a way where you felt like you no longer wanted to commit suicide. You no longer wanted to not be here. The process looks different for everyone. So please, guys, as Julie said, process it. Whatever you're feeling, process it, and trust that process. It's going to be a hard one. It's not going to be easy. So it's going to be hard work, but trust the process. So, oh my gosh, time out bubble is 11. It's almost 11:40. But I want to talk about what is next. There just seems that there's so much ways that you can go with your career. What is next for Juliet Bodley?
Definitely chasing my childhood dream, which is to become a full-time actress.
Ooh.
So I definitely want to move away from the social media space and go full-time into film. And I'm working on it. I know it's not an easy task, but I'm just seeing what doors and opportunities can open for me. I have a few things in the boiling pot that I don't want to talk about. I don't want to jinx it, by the grace of God, but I will lower that out.
We're excited. We're rooting for you. Whatever it is, we're rooting for you.
Yeah. And so that's in terms of film and acting. So I did a song. I definitely want to do more, so I will go into music as well. And funny enough, I have established artists who are rooting for me as well and would be willing to work for me. So it's like it's right now there are more seeds being sown.
Love that.
So it's just a matter of time and just processing and relaxing, and don't make my anxiety get to me too much, because I say, come, something happen right now, please.
Yeah.
Because trust me, people, yes, I am healed from suicide, but trust me, the anxiety dead there.
Yeah.
Learn to deal with that one then now.
Whoa,
right?
whoa. And there seems that there's always something in life.
You process it, and that's life. You're just growing, and that's fine. So that is in music. And then I want to, well, I'm already a professional speaker. I want to do professional talks about mental health all over the world.
Okay.
Talking about it, whatever the topic, I can discuss it. Mental health, growth, personal development, and just breaking those barriers. And with a background of ministry. And when I say ministry, I'm talking about faith, Christianity, whatever that looks like. If it is that I eventually become I wouldn't say a preacher, but someone who delivers the word.
Yes.
Or maybe not, or maybe in a subtle way, because I don't see myself doing like the regular preachy, because I got enough joke. So,
which is fine too.
So definitely a professional speaker,
A
public
motivational speaker,
doing
yeah.
talks, motivational speaker doing talks all over the world. So that's where I see my trajectory, and by God's grace, let it happen
Yes.
in His timing.
From your lips to God's ears. So what I'm going to do is add well, you are a host also. I've seen you host quite a few events here in Jamaica. So I'm going to ask you to introduce your song, your new song by is the stage name Julie Mango for singing as well?
Yes, Julie Mango. My name trademarking a girl. Some
What's
look here.
So, Miss Julie Mango, please do me the honors of introducing your song to the Bridge 99 FM.
Wait. So how me do that something? They like, I can't do that, man. Wait. How you do it? You have to say what you say.
Yes. Come on.
All right.
Bridge Nation, I am Julie Mango. Here is my new. Come on.
All right, people. I am Julie Mango. Here is my brand new song, Other Side. Take it away on Bridge 99 FM. Let's go. Other Side by Julie Mango.
Turn it up.
Turn it up.
No, me have a story and me tell it like so. And if me not mind, shut me do that. No, me have a story and me tell it like so. And if me not mind, shut me do that. You never had to be proud for me. Never need crown fit talk to me. Never must pretty crowd for me. Always a smile around me. But a whole lead get take off of me. Trouble they have no peace for me. Enough joke did make off of me. But Elohim come rescue me. I had to search to find the truth within my soul. I had to pacify the fiery burning cold. I never knew in time the pain would not grow old. Unspoken words, emotions I could not unfold. Carrying on me grow with a mama and dada. Them a heap of food, something sweet after that. Out of door me go pick a fruit and quiet. Sunday when he come, me go sing pan choir. Now when he come around, fi go school, me no clown. Take a book and settle down, cause me no wanna be. Then he come in like I say straight out of nowhere. Some force back and me create self-trees. Well, me come fi no brother. Say me have a thing brother. What come fi attack me mind brother. And if me no mind sharp brother. Me do that thing when no good, when no clean, when no righteous. So Jah hold me close to him body like so. Here's a turmoil, it have me like so. But Yahusha stick to me side like so. Now me have a story and me tell it like so. And if me no mind sharp, me do that. Now me have a story and me tell it like so. And if me no mind sharp, me do that. Now me have a story and me tell it like so. And if me no mind sharp, me do that. Now me have a story and me tell it like so. And if me no mind sharp, me do that. I had to search to find the truth within my soul.
That is Overcome by Julie Mango. And Julie, it sounds like you really sat down and put pen to paper. Other Side by Julie Mango, excuse me.
Yeah.
Other Side. I heard Overcome, but you said had to search to find the truth in my soul. And you said so much more within the song, but it sounds like it's almost like a letter to your 16-year-old self, to your 12-year-old self.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Wow.
Pretty much. It just talks about moving from one side of mental health to the other side, hence the song. I moved from the side where I wanted to die to the side now where I want to live. Wow. And all of that is under the umbrella of mental health.
Can I ask you before we wrap up here, just to appeal to that 10, 9, 11, 13, 16-year-old right now that is struggling, or a parent that is struggling with a child that has these ideations or that is suffering, whether here in Jamaica or abroad, just give them a word of encouragement.
Or even adults, 50
Yes.
year olds.
Oh, yes.
50. So,
yes.
So the word of encouragement, you are not alone, and don't be ashamed of your struggle. It is an illness just like juvenile diabetes, and I'm not belittling any other illness like cancer, any one of those serious things. It's just an illness. So there's no reason for you to be ashamed. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't cause a curse on yourself. Yes, there's a spiritual aspect to it, but you didn't cause no curse on yourself. And there is a remedy. There is a remedy and there is hope. If you are that teenager, if you are that parent and you're struggling with a child who has suicidal ideation, don't give up on your child. Don't call them a freak. If you don't understand, don't be scared. Don't be scared. You don't need to understand. You need to take them to someone who understands. That someone is a therapist. If you have no idea what's going on, it's okay. You don't need to stretch yourself there. Just take them to a therapist and the therapist will handle it. When the child comes to you and saying all sorts of foolishness, listen. And if you don't understand, just say, okay, no problem. Take them to a therapist and the therapist will help both you and the child. If you are a full ripe blood adult and you are battling with mental health same way, mental illness, you probably grew up in a time where there was a stigma, and a probably long time now you travel with this, or maybe something happened in your life recently that brought it on. Whatever the case may be, because sometimes you can't all right and something happen and then bam, it does lick you like a ton of bricks.
Yes.
You're not alone. Don't be ashamed. You don't have to live in depression. Yes, life is tough, but the thing is, you can still lead a normal life just like people who travel with mental illness. I know a lot of people who are not mentally ill and they are just normal and nice. You can live that life and you can be happy, you can be wholesome, and you can have a good life. So you don't have to live in depression. So seek help, and that's my appeal. Seek help no matter what age and stage you are at.
Julie, may I say, on behalf of the Bridge 99 FM and Irie Jam Radio, thank you for what you are doing in this space. You bring more than smiles and laughter to many people, as you already know. Continue being amazing. Continue being great. You are, can I tell you, like I said, we're best friends. We are best friends. You may not know it, but I'm a whole bestie. Thank you, Julie. I really, really appreciate it. And Bridge Nation, please, please, please go out and support Other Side. And is it on all platforms, Julie?
All of them.
All of them. Since you said all of them, go out, support Other Side. This new song by Miss Juliet Bodley, aka Julie Mango. Julie, thank you so much. Have an awesome day.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Bye.
I never knew in time the pain would not grow old. Unspoken words, emotions I could not unfold. Carrying on me grow with a mama and dada.
And as we come to a wrap again, I just want to say thank you to Juliet Bodley, aka Julie Mango. Please follow her. You must, I'm sure if you're under a rock. If you're not, I am Julie Mango. And support her song, Other Side. And as we close, I just want to say, stop sitting back and playing the supporting role in your life and wake up and be the main character. And not just in your life, support other persons and champion other persons as you go through life. Thank you to my amazing team, Dominique Mitchell, my producer, tech operator, Jeffrey. Hi, Jeffrey. Hi, JB. How are you? Tristan, my visual mixer. I saw Romy around here somewhere around here. But everybody here at the Bridge and Irie Jam Radio, as always, sow seeds others can benefit from. Wishing you all love, light, and of course, purpose. Have a great one.
Giving